little bit at the beginning. I wasn't sure like what movements actually
Can you
created
get the lights there?
the specific sound. But once I think once we got like a little comfortable with it, we actually like went up there closer and it made more sound and actually had dynamic that moved with our arm and it made the sound. So
I was a little worried that the faster we moved, the harder it was going to be to pick up the sound. I kind of felt like I was in a sci-fi movie, to be honest. But it was, I think for the most part, it was responsive. The closer you got, it seemed like the louder the sound got, or the tempo sped up. And I had the two blue sparks and was going like this, and it changed depending on what blue it saw.
yeah.
That was really cool. So I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
besides
really
us
cool.
not having anything prepared, I thought it was really great.
It's extempore, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are sweating too, so I'm sure it's a lot of hard work. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, that's really cool. Once you actually hear it and actually process what's happening,
Yeah, and
really, that's incredible.
the longer that you're moving, the easier it is to kind of get a feel of what kind of music it's producing. Then that's when I started to like feel like this is the type of movement I should be doing, the type of performance I should be putting on based on the music that I'm generating. I thought that was incredibly cool because normally you're given a combination and then given the music, but to give the combination as you're creating the music was a completely different experience.
Did you think all the music was generated by you guys, or was it something beside, like there was a lot of background music, or how did that feel?
I was a little unsure of whether it was us generating music or not.
Yeah.
But I think that was because my ear wasn't really hearing it. That kind of monotone, I couldn't tell if that was just because we had these bass colors on, or if that was like the tone that was just for the background, for the music to go over.
Yeah.
So
I remember at one point I asked him, like, is this us? Like, are we creating the sound?
Yes.
Or is this the background music? Or is this?
Yeah.
Was that all us? All of that?
Yeah,
The wizard is here.
I didn't touch anything, other than shut up down a few zones, or turn it back on.
Crazy.
So Arvind, the music was being created by them, all of it?
You created it.
Yeah.
You created it, yeah, all of it.
That's so cool.
that's
And if you want to, I have recorded all of that, what you created. So we have it. So Arvind, can you tell us how you were doing and what you were doing?
Okay, well, like I say, the camera picks up the images, and I split it up into some zones. And what I can do while they're moving around was shut the zones on or off, as well as, change the sound a little bit. Actually change the patch.
So you're dynamically changing some of the squares here, so the music is
Right.
different.
And some of the times I actually took two of the squares and made them the same, because I happen to like the sound that came out of one square that wasn't available in the other.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I changed the attack time, or the note duration times a few times, made them quite a bit shorter, because otherwise, their their motion, really won't be picked up. But it doesn't take very long.
Let me ask you, how far away would it be from you to get from this point to where it could map their gestures in real time and manipulate the...
The biggest thing is knowing actually where you are in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the next step. That would make it...
Now this camera here probably has too wide an angle and too big a pickup, so you actually want to stand probably a lot closer to it.
What the thought came to my mind along the same. So go ahead, Glenn.
No,
you were going to say
that was
something.
my point.
So actually, providing feedback to the dancers so they know which music where it is going to be.
The best way
Could
to
be
give
interesting on
feedback
a
to
big
the
screen.
dancers is simply have the camera image projected.
Yeah,
So that as they're doing the thing, they can see what it is.
yeah,
that would have been really helpful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the intensity of the color is something, like if you have a bright yellow or
It's
a
intensity of the
red.
color temperature here is a little too weird.
So if the light, when they were in the light, it would generate a better sound than
Yeah,
if they were in the
we
dark.
if we actually had spots and then a little smaller area, they could do their thing. And the other thing too is I can use smaller zones. The zones here are way too big.
Are you going to be moving
Yeah.
further on this project?
Yeah, 'cause
Other stages of evolution for it?
Yeah, because I've done more zones,
Yeah.
and, you know,
The other thing I would suggest is to work on different source material. Because synthesis gets, we all recognize it, and it's
Right.
actually a quite limited framework, just the synthesized zone. But there's so many different sound sources you could use or emulate in here, including things like you might even consider contact mics and using patterns on the floor as another source of rhythmic impulse integrated into the, yeah,
the feed. Another version I have that samples, triggered samples,
yeah,
but that would slow the machine down too much.
yeah, that's, yeah.
Or you could just hire a bunch of musicians to hide behind the curtains.
And then, right, well, no joke, to do another stage of this with live musicians,
Yes.
with the computer-generated music as well.
Well, they could be moved, the musicians could be
And
moved.
the musicians could be moving around.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
So they'd have to actually hear something and then they'd play along with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's a good way to check.
But
the
also
brain
colors-
synapses.
Colors are like the blue sounded cool and the red sounded loud or deep, or how's it?
Right, I didn't have a theory behind my color map.
Because it sounded, earlier, it seemed that the blue was a cool sound, that you didn't do that intentionally.
Right, and then when we were in here earlier, you know,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Because it seemed like I put the blue up and it was a cold, like a cold sound, you know?
okay.
But the red was like a deep roaring sound.
Right, we need more illumination. It's kind of
That's what I
dark.
thought too.
It's still pretty dark
More
in here,
light or something.
because it's still a function of pitch. The pitch is a function of illumination. So it was a little too dark.
And what if they have like light costumes on or something like that?
Oh, if they wore lights.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were
A
gonna
whole
do.
other stage of filming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that, remember that suit I
I
made?
wanna feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
made,
what I thought you were gonna do.
I made the suit, you saw the hat, but it had lights
saw
that
the
you
suit.
wore on you,
I saw it.
and the
Was that-
colors were triggered by your motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he has already done with his overcoat on, right?
Yeah,
The white coat.
my white coat. Yeah, I made the suit. It had these lights, like strings of LEDs,
Yeah.
and they had switches, and as you move your arms, different colors would come.
Huh.
Have you been over, that kind of thing?
I want one.
Yeah.
I want
We're
one.
gonna get one.
And there's a little knob I have in my waist that would like start flashing.
That would be really fun to dance in if like we had all the lights turned off.
Yeah.
All right, next project.
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's nice to look.
After finals, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah,
I think we have asked all you questions. So
Any more questions?
Jonathan is not here, but he's going to see the video.
Okay.
Did you video, oh, you have it on